Tobirama. If we're talking about jutsu inventors who actually changed the game, we need to give Tobirama Senju his flowers. This guy didn't just create techniques, he revolutionized how ninjas fight. Let's dive into why the Second Hokage might be the most influential jutsu creator in the entire series. Naruto's signature move, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, was actually invented by Tobirama decades before our blonde hero was even born. This technique creates solid clones that can fight, gather intel, and share memories with the original. It requires massive chakra reserves, which is exactly why Tobirama designed it for tactical warfare, not casual spam attacks. But yeah, later on, Naruto spammed it like crazy because the dude had so much chakra, he could afford to use it non-stop without ever running out of gas. This technique completely transformed how battles work in the ninja world. Before shadow clones, you fought one-on-one or relied on your squad. Suddenly, one ninja could become an entire army. The fact that Naruto turned this strategic tool into his entire fighting style just shows how versatile Tobirama's original design really was. What makes this jutsu brilliant is its simplicity combined with endless possibilities. It's not flashy, but it gets results. And of course, how could we not talk about the Flying Thunder God technique? This jutsu lets him teleport instantly to any marked location, making him practically untouchable in combat. We're talking about a technique so advanced that only one other person in history, Minato, could master it. Tobirama created this jutsu to overcome the fundamental limitation of human speed. While other ninjas were busy trying to get faster, he said, "Forget speed limits," and invented teleportation. The psychological impact alone was devastating. Imagine fighting someone who could appear behind you without warning. Minato inherited this technique and became the Yellow Flash. But let's be real, Tobirama was the original speed demon. The fact that this jutsu defined two different Hokages proves just how game-changing it was. And there's more. Tobirama also created mutually multiplying explosive tags, a jutsu that creates chain explosions capable of leveling entire areas. The problem? It's too dangerous. The destruction is on a massive scale. It arguably has an even wider area of effect than Conan's Paper Ocean, but it also causes way too many casualties, both enemy and allied forces alike. To truly unlock its potential, your army would basically need to be immortal. Realizing this, Tobirama went and created Edo Tensei. Edo Tensei is the forbidden jutsu that brings the dead back as controllable weapons. Tobirama knew exactly how dangerous it was. It requires sacrificing living people, and the result is an army of immortal zombies. These two techniques were perfect for large-scale warfare, but due to their ethical implications, he immediately banned them. Yep, dude invented all these god-tier jutsu, then told his descendants, "Don't use this stuff." Of course, later villains like Orochimaru and Kabuto couldn't resist the temptation, which led to the zombie apocalypse that was the Fourth Great Ninja War. What sets Tobirama apart from other inventors is how his techniques shaped entire generations. Shadow clones became Naruto's foundation. Flying Thunder God made Minato legendary. And even the forbidden jutsu became central plot devices through their misuse. Tobirama created the building blocks that future ninjas would use to reach new heights. That's the mark of true genius. Interesting, right? Here, we don't just watch anime. We live every character, every story, every emotion. Don't miss out on exclusive content and fresh takes you won't find anywhere else. Hit that subscribe button now and become part of the most passionate and creative anime community out there. Thanks for the support. This journey wouldn't be the same without you. Next, Minato, one of the best creators with the Rasengan. This isn't just some flashy move. It's a perfect sphere of spinning chakra that packs enough punch to level buildings. And here's the kicker. No hand seals required. While other ninjas were busy memorizing complex jutsu with dozens of hand signs, Minato stripped everything down to its core. The Rasengan proves that sometimes the most effective solutions are the simplest ones. Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage himself, created this masterpiece by studying the tailed beast ball. The man spent 3 whole years perfecting this technique, and honestly, those 3 years inventors changed many things. The Rasengan isn't just powerful, it's elegant, brutal, and represents pure ninja innovation at its finest. But here's where things get really interesting. Minato didn't just create the Rasengan to show off. He weaponized it alongside his Flying Thunder God technique, earning him the terrifying nickname Yellow Flash of the Leaf. Enemy villages literally told their ninjas to run on sight if they encountered this man. The beauty of the Rasengan lies in its legacy, though. Minato passed it to Jiraiya, who taught it to Naruto, and Naruto taught it to Konohamaru. And later on, Boruto was also able to use this technique. We're talking about a technique that grew stronger across generations, constantly being refined and upgraded. That's the mark of true genius, creating something that works and inspires others to push it even further. Yeah, we can definitely say that Minato created a philosophy of ninja combat that influenced an entire generation. The Rasengan stands as proof that true innovation comes from understanding the fundamentals and having the vision to see beyond conventional limits. Kakashi. Well, Kakashi didn't just copy jutsu, he actually created some pretty wild techniques himself. First, let's talk about Kakashi Hatake's most iconic creation, the Chidori. Young Kakashi channeling lightning chakra into his hand, creating a technique so sharp it literally chirps like 1,000 birds. That's right, the chakra is concentrated into a sharp point like the palm of the hand, giving it insane piercing power. One hit, one kill. But here's where it gets tricky. The speed required to make Chidori effective creates tunnel vision, making you vulnerable to counterattacks. The genius of Chidori lies in its risk-reward system. It's devastatingly powerful, but demands perfect timing and vision control. That's why Kakashi needed his Sharingan to make it truly lethal. This technique became Sasuke's signature move, and it showed up in some of the most intense battles in the series. The Valley of the End fight between Naruto and Sasuke, pure Chidori versus Rasengan chaos. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the 1,000 years of death. Yeah, it's the butt poke jutsu. Technically, it's a basic taijutsu move. Kakashi created this move to teach his students about staying alert and the importance of protecting their blind spots. It's simple, embarrassing, and surprisingly effective at catching opponents off guard. Think about it. Who expects their sensei to literally poke them in the rear during combat training? It might look ridiculous, but it hammers home crucial combat awareness lessons that stuck with Team 7 throughout their careers. And honestly, it actually is effective in battle. Naruto used it on Gaara, and yeah, it looked like it hurt a lot. Then we have Purple Lightning, Kakashi's masterpiece of adaptation. After losing his Sharingan, most ninjas would have been devastated. Not Kakashi. He took his signature Chidori and evolved it into something even better. Purple Lightning doesn't need the Sharingan crutch and can strike from a distance, making it more versatile than its predecessor. This technique showcases Kakashi's ability to overcome limitations and create something superior. Legends don't fade, they just get craftier. Kakashi's jutsu legacy is wild when you think about it. He passed Chidori to Sasuke, and Sasuke went on to develop dozens of Chidori variants from it, leading to some of the most visually stunning and intense fights in the entire series. Kakashi and Minato prove that true jutsu inventors don't just create powerful techniques. They create techniques that teach, adapt, and leave lasting impacts on both students and storylines. Sasuke. Now we're talking about actual natural lightning from the sky, controlled and directed with surgical precision. Sasuke truly could manipulate weather patterns with his chakra, then channel a real lightning bolt that moves at the speed of light and packs enough power to level entire fortresses. He created this masterpiece while only having a 3-tomo Sharingan, way before he unlocked his Manjikyu powers. The technique combines raw natural force with ninja ingenuity in a way that's both terrifying and brilliant. Kirin's debut against Itachi was so beautiful. This was Sasuke announcing his arrival as a legitimate threat to anyone who stood in his way. The sheer spectacle of calling down divine lightning showed everyone that Sasuke wasn't playing games anymore. What makes Kirin truly special is how it represents Sasuke's evolution as a jutsu creator. While Kakashi taught him Chidori, Sasuke took that foundation and created something completely completely different, bigger, more destructive, and infinitely more dramatic. Sure, it requires specific weather conditions, but that limitation forces strategic thinking that most ninjas never develop. Sasuke had to plan battles around meteorology, which is next-level tactical thinking. Even though he rarely used Kirin after the Itachi fight, its legacy lived on as proof that the Uchiha genius could innovate beyond traditional clan techniques. Sasuke creating Kirin with just a 3-tomo Sharingan is honestly one of the most underrated achievements in the series. Most ninjas spend their entire careers mastering B-rank jutsu, but teenage Sasuke was out here inventing S-rank techniques that could delete entire landscapes. Naruto. Our knucklehead protagonist actually created some of the most memorable and impactful techniques in the entire series. Don't laugh. The Sexy no Jutsu is actually brilliant tactical thinking. This technique combines basic Henge no Jutsu with psychological warfare, transforming Naruto into an attractive woman to completely throw off his opponents. What makes this jutsu special isn't just the transformation itself, but how it exploits the one weakness every serious ninja has. They never see it coming. Naruto invented this as a mischievous genin, using it to escape teachers like Ibisu and even catch the third Hokage off guard. The technique shows up repeatedly throughout the series, providing comic relief while also demonstrating Naruto's street-smart approach to combat. While other ninjas rely on raw power or complex strategies, Naruto weaponizes the element of surprise and social awkwardness. That's exactly his strength. This jutsu perfectly captures Naruto's personality, turning his reputation as a troublemaker into an actual advantage. It's unconventional, embarrassing, and absolutely effective. And of course, we have to talk about the Rasen Shuriken. Now, this is where Naruto proves he's not just lucky, he's genuinely innovative. The Rasen Shuriken takes his father's Rasengan and pushes it beyond what even Minato could do. By adding wind release nature transformation, Naruto created microscopic wind blades that literally destroy enemies at the cellular level. Naruto made it despite having less formal training. The jutsu's debut against Kakuzu was a game changer, proving Naruto belonged among elite shinobi. Sure, it initially damaged his own arm, but after he mastered Sage Mode, the Rasen Shuriken became his signature move in major battles. From pain to the Fourth Great Ninja War, Naruto's techniques reflect his growth as both a ninja and a person. The Sexy Jutsu represents his early creativity and refusal to play by conventional rules. The Rasen Shuriken showcases his determination to surpass his predecessors while honoring their legacy. Both jutsu had lasting impact beyond their immediate use. Konohamaru adopted his own version of the Sexy Jutsu, while the Rasen Shuriken became a cornerstone technique that influenced how Naruto approached every major fight afterward. Chiyo. Lady Chiyo created Kisho Tensei, an S-rank forbidden jutsu. This technique literally brings someone back from the dead by transferring all of the user's chakra and life force to the target. We're talking about a complete life-for-life exchange here. No takebacks, no second chances. The person performing it dies so another can live. What makes this jutsu absolutely incredible is how it combines Chiyo's mastery of medical ninjutsu with her puppet techniques, creating something that shouldn't even be possible. This is medical science pushed to its absolute limit. The technique requires perfect chakra control and a deep understanding of both life and death. Only someone with Chiyo's decades of experience could even attempt something this complex. However, originally, this technique wasn't meant to be some beautiful act of self-sacrifice. Actually, this technique wasn't fully developed yet. At first, Chiyo made it so she could put the souls of Sasori's real parents into the puppet versions he created. She invented this jutsu because of Sasori, and also as a way to boost the fighting power of her army. Chiyo is a puppet master, and she wanted to bring life into her puppets to make them stronger in battle. Imagine that. Puppet bodies can be swapped out. If one gets destroyed, you just move the soul into another puppet and keep fighting. Basically, the Hidden Sand Village could have built an army of puppets with the strength of Sakura. or even Sasori himself, since puppet bodies can be upgraded and made stronger than normal humans. But Tsunagakure banned the technique right after it was created for humanitarian reasons. It messed with the natural order of life and death by controlling the souls of the dead and forcing them to fight, kind of like Edo Tensei. If Chiyo had truly perfected this jutsu, and the hidden sand village had allowed it, they might have united the 5 great nations and completely changed the world map. Orochimaru. When we talk about game-changing jutsu, Orochimaru's Fushi Tensei, living corpse reincarnation, stands in a league of its own. It's straight-up body snatching taken to the extreme. The concept is as brilliant as it is terrifying. Orochimaru transfers his soul into another person's body, achieving what every villain dreams of: eternal youth and immortality. The process itself is pure nightmare fuel. Orochimaru transforms into a massive white snake, literally swallowing his target whole before taking over their body completely. It's his twisted solution to the ultimate problem. How do you collect all the world's knowledge when the human lifespan is so limited? Simply, don't stay human. The point is, Orochimaru can only perform the transfer once every 3 years, and only when his current body starts breaking down. This creates a constant hunt for the perfect host, someone powerful enough to be worthy of his presence. That's exactly why he set his sights on Sasuke, and previously, Kimimaro. This technique became the driving force behind some of Naruto's most pivotal moments. Orochimaru's obsession with claiming Sasuke's body directly led to Sasuke leaving the Hidden Leaf Village. Think about it. Without this technique, there's no Sound 4 retrieval arc, no years of Sasuke's darkness, and definitely no epic showdown with Itachi. The technique's influence extended far beyond personal conflicts. Orochimaru's body-hopping abilities made him nearly impossible to kill, allowing him to survive encounters that should have been his end. This persistence kept him as a major threat across multiple story arcs, from the Chunin exams to the Fourth Great Ninja War. Yeah, we know Fushi Tensei ultimately became Orochimaru's downfall when he tried to claim Sasuke. The Uchiha's Sharingan proved stronger than expected, trapping Orochimaru within his own technique, even though Fushi Tensei was never passed down to others. Thankfully, its impact on the Naruto universe continues to ripple outward. Even in the Boruto era, where he continues his research with a slightly more ethical approach. Yet, we can't deny the sheer innovation behind it. Combining medical ninjutsu, soul manipulation, and forbidden techniques into one cohesive system takes a special kind of twisted genius. Indra Otsutsuki. Let's talk about the most overlooked genius in all of Naruto. Indra Otsutsuki. People are really sleeping on the guy who literally invented the basics that every single ninja uses. He is the father of jutsu, and we have to talk about the clone technique and substitution jutsu here. The clone technique creates illusory copies to confuse enemies. Not the solid shadow clones we're used to seeing Naruto spam, but simple visual tricks that have saved countless lives. Then there's the substitution jutsu, that classic replace yourself with a log move that's become a meme at this point. But here's the thing. These techniques work because they're brilliant in their simplicity. Indra, as Hagoromo's son, understood that effective ninjutsu needed to be practical and teachable. These became the foundation techniques taught at every ninja academy. What makes this even more impressive? Indra created the entire framework that modern ninjutsu is built on. Every ninja owes their core skills to this guy's innovations. More than that, he pioneered Shuriken Jutsu in particular, and Bukajutsu in general, basically turning weapons from simple tools into deadly art forms. Before Indra, ninjas were just throwing pointy objects and hoping for the best. After Indra, we have kunai, we have weapons. and weapon techniques became surgical precision instruments of war. Think about Itachi's insane shuriken sequences or Sasuke's wire-guided projectile techniques. That's Indra DNA right there. This man established an entire combat philosophy that emphasized precision, strategy, and making every shot count. His inventions became so fundamental that we take them for granted. While other techniques might be clan-specific or require special bloodlines, Indra's basics became universal ninja language. Tsunade. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough: the Byakugo no Jutsu. This might look like a simple forehead mark, but it's actually one of the most game-changing techniques in the entire series. We're talking about instant healing, superhuman strength, and the ability to literally cheat death. The Byakugo seal existed way back in Hagoromo's time, but it was Tsunade who figured out how to weaponize it. The technique works by storing massive amounts of chakra over years, then releasing it all at once for instantaneous regeneration and power boosts. She created a fighting style where she could take seemingly fatal damage and keep going, completely changing how opponents had to approach her. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, while other Kage were getting overwhelmed by Madara's ridiculous power levels, Tsunade was tanking attacks that should have ended her career. The technique's impact goes beyond individual battles, though. Tsunade's mastery of Byakugo inspired a whole generation of medical ninjas and proved that healers could be frontline fighters. It's like saying, "You'll have to kill me multiple times to get past me." In fact, regular medical nin usually have to be protected because they can't heal and fight at the same time, and their combat ability tends to be limited. But Tsunade, and later Sakura, could fight, auto-heal, and heal the entire allied forces simultaneously. She and Lady Chiyo are the only 3 women in the series to use an S-rank jutsu. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.